Hello, welcome back to Otter Pop Culture. Today we're going over the fourth album by Kimbra. She is a New Zealand singer. She is also in LA now, based in LA, and her fourth album called A Reckoning. So this has been a long time coming since I have seen a Kimbra album. Like, I think the last one was 2018. 18, that was a long ass time ago. Well, not long ass, but a long time ago. And especially with when it comes to her feeding us a good portions of songs, like seems like every 4 years. Oh, okay, maybe she's on track. No, because that's less than 4 years. It's about 4 years. So she kind of still on track, but it's been a while. We've had Vows that came out in 2011, and I loved it. I loved her sound. I loved her vocals, giving that soul, but also giving that alternative sounds too. With Golden Echo came out in 2014, which is a hardcore slept on album. I don't know why I keep seeing on Spotify or other places where just like they'll highlight Primal Heart and Vows, but they will not highlight Golden Echo, and Golden Echo is so good. It's so good. Um, Primal Heart also came out in 2018. Was also a good one too, and I really liked it. I loved Echo a little bit more than Primal Heart, but I do appreciate the darkness that she was leaning into, and I was like, yes, give me that weird kind of, let me feel a little scared a bit, because it's just like this production is so intense and just amazing. So now going into this one, it feels like she gave you like hard with a little bit of like with a little touch of like sensitivity, but now this is all just a mix of that. It feels like there's some anger in it. There's some desperation, there's some vulnerability, there's some hurt, there's a I don't give a fuck anymore attitude too that I'm really happy that she has. It feels like it is a reckoning. This is unapologetic emotion, an unapologetic emotional state of mind in the best way. Like, I feel like that's the best way I can kind of see it, is that way, and I really love it. I feel like this album touches on a lot of heavy topics, like that has to do with specifically with her, and I love that. It's like it has to do with her specifically, but if you think about it, it kind of feels like it's talking to you, as it's talking. If you can relate, it feels like you can relate to a lot of them, especially with women. And I feel like this album is so good. So let's just go through the whole songs and just talk about some of them, or actually as much as them, like actually all of them. Starting with "Save Me." Now this song came out as a single. I thought it was okay, and I didn't really listen to the actual words at the time, because I was expecting, when it comes to Kimbra, when it comes to her first songs are pretty hard hitting. So having this song where it's kind of like it's like, oh, this is very like low key and very just like delicate. But listening to it in the album sense, I loved it. It breaks down exactly what you're gonna get. You're gonna get a full on, unapologetic, unfiltered her, and I really love that. And I feel like this song talks about like the idea of just like she needs somebody to save her, and it's something that she's embarrassed to say, but it's something that she needs. She's now giving in to that feeling. She's like, I don't have. She says like, I lack the courage of taking care of myself, and she does reply. She's like, I know that's not all this. It's not super sexy, but it is kind of how I feel. So I need somebody to kind of come save me in this space, because I'm at a loss. Going into Replay, this one where you actually get the chaotic kind of like sound of Kimbra that we all remember. And this is like, it's just like, it's insane. And it kind of reminds me, it feels like when her chaotic parts kick in, it reminds me of Out of My Head from Vows, where that was just completely chaotic in the best way, because it's supposed to let you feel that all these thoughts are going on in her head, and all these things, you want to know what's going on. And that's the same thing what Replay does. It's just like, she's have all these compulsive thoughts in her head that's just like da 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 da. And this song makes you feel like that way. Going to Gun talks about the what she describes as the violence of promises being broken, specifically towards women when it comes to society and everything, and how she's like, you're not saving me, you're not helping me, when on a flip side you say words to me that makes me feel like I'm less than, or make me feel it's a complete gun to the head. Like, you're not helping if you're just adding more salt to the wounds. Going into the way we were romanticizes the early days of a relationship now that it's done. She did take some inspiration from Rosalia in the kind of chorus, which kind of sounds like it, but it's pretty straightforward. New Habit talks about kind of following that, kind of talking about new distractions that she tried to do to kind of distract her from the idea that the relationship has ended. So she's trying to find other things she's doing, trying to find new habits, new her, kind of very new me, or new year, new me, or new relationship status, new me kind of thing. But it seems like there's a weird kind of hurt in it. It was just like, it is a distraction. It is still a distraction more than it is this is entirely working or not. Production's really great. Next song, GLT featuring Eric the Architect. This one is a really, really nice song. I loved it. I love the idea of shading all those fucking flaky assholes that come through and just like, oh, let's get together, but I'm not looking for anything serious, but they still want you in this circle. They still want you to be there at their beck and call kind of thing, where you guys want to have something or whatever, but nothing too serious. Nothing's really labeled. Like, I've seen and messed around and been around those type of guys before, and it's fucking annoying, especially when you are looking for something serious. And it's definitely obvious that you're looking for something serious, and but they know that, so they play along and use some of that to get what they want, and then they back out when you're like, wait, so it felt like you wanted the same thing kind of thing. I know, I'm all in my feelings about this, but it seems like she is too, and I feel like she agrees with me, and that space is like, yeah, they're this way that they see that, and she's like, I'm not that type of girl. I'm looking for something that actually is concrete. So if it's not you, don't waste my time, you know? Going into LA Types featuring Tom Raps and Pink Sifu. Oh, like the Sifu. Okay. So this one is a really good one. It reminds me of the whole idea of when people move to LA from different countries and they get the gist of what LA actually is like, which is a bit douchey, which is could get messy, could get very, kind of eat you up and spit you out. She's seeing that, and she's seeing the way this culture happens, and over an amazing beat with the help of Questlove doing the drums. Oh my god, the song is amazing. It's so great. It kind of reminds me of that funk sound that she kind of does. She'd done in the earlier parts of her albums before, and I just love hearing it again. She's made for that funk. If she does a full on funk album, just like fuck it, full on funk album, and bring in the bass guitar and everything, whew, it would be fire. But this song is just kind of reminds me of those kind of feelings, like another song about how stupid LA is and how ridiculous LA can be. Going into the next one, Foolish Thinking featuring Ryan Lett. This one is very cute. I love this. I love the idea. It kind of reminds me of the Halsey thing, where she made a full album about how she felt about motherhood. But this one's like more of a nod to when motherhood comes, how is she going to protect her child? And then realizing throughout the song, she's like, I won't be able to protect her from everything. And she's going to have to learn some hardships. And all I can do is just be supportive and be there for her, and kind of let her run her own life, you know? Because if I do so, I could be smothering her. I could be doing all these things, but that's not right. That's not loving, you know? It's gone off piano. It's really nice. It's just a beautiful song. Personal Space. That one kind of reminds me of the Ariana Grande NSA, but a more in detailed direction of explaining the situation. And I feel like it's just talking about the idea of just like, sometimes you just need space to your own self in the relationships, and sometimes people don't get that. And I agree. I feel like a lot of people do not get that when it comes to when it comes to being in a relationship where you can be your own person, there's a space where I feel like I've seen a good handful of people just like, we gotta learn, you gotta love the same thing, we gotta be doing the same thing, we gotta be going the same place. If I'm going somewhere, you have to be with me. And I was like, that's not true. Like, you're still your own person, you still have your own friends, you still have your own thoughts and your own interests. And as somebody that also is in a relationship, I know it's where it's like to be in a space where you're not always listen into the same things as all times. So you have to have that space to enjoy that other thing that you enjoy without feeling guilty like you're not including your partner. Going to the last song, which is another just vulnerable song, just talking about the idea is just like, I don't want to fight. I surrender to the space of just not being angry and kind of moving this past this argument and not wanting to fight anymore, and just drop down, let go of the hammer, let go of the armory, and just be, and just not fight anymore. Just stop it there. And I feel like it's so empty to say, like, I don't want to fight, but it also says a lot at the same time, you know? And I feel like that's what that song kind of says. And I love that vulnerability. It's not really concluding the album entirely, but I feel like it feels like a good reminder, reminder of Save Me, where just like, I'm giving into a space where I know that my ego would say, no, keep going. No, don't have anybody save you. But she's saying, like, you know what? I want that. I want it. I want to give you the full pieces of me. And I really love that. That's pretty much what I got for this. Give it a 10 out of 10 for sure. It's a great song. It's a great album. I think that it sucks that we have to wait so long for her albums, but at the same time, it seems like there's a reason for it, and it's worth it in the end, because she gives us amazing album after every fucking time. Killing it. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. If you like this, hit the like button, subscribe button, notification bell so you get more of my videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.